Here we go, this is the lower bracket semi-final of Ross Brain Cup number 7. Who ends up top 3? It's gonna be a Korean. It's either Lucifer or LawLiet. Night Elf versus Undead. Here are your players. LawLiet quite a bit younger, quite a bit more successful in recent years, with a 65% win rate versus Undead. Lucifer is certainly not his best matchup, as we said yesterday, and the win rate player against player shows that as well. 66 for LawLiet, 34 for Lucifer only. But Lucifer seems to be in good shape. Here we are on map number 1 on Last Refuge.
Alright guys, what's going to be played here? Is this standard meta or is this something unusual? Both these players are known for their variety in play. Lucifer in the past already against human, introducing crazy stuff like Lich first, and now of course Dreadlord severely buffed, along with a lot of other heroes. Of course though, mana burn is an issue that we will most likely see. That's the question. LawLiet used to be the master of the Warden, but she's always a really risky hero against Undead. If she doesn't get off to a great start, she's such a poor fighter. So for LawLiet, I'm certainly expecting the Demon, and that he will choose as well. So far, it is looking standard, especially if this is going to be followed up with a Death Knight, and that is the case also.
Demon Hunter in this patch, -1 agility. That means less damage, less armor, less attack speed, but the Moon Juice regeneration at night is quite a bit better than it was in patch 1.29, so more healing for the Night Elf.
Yeah, that's something that we sometimes forget about, at least I do, because it's not so obvious. It's not a numerical thing that you see right there. It's 20% more regen. That is quite a lot.
Yeah. I think it's 1 mana in 4 seconds or so.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what the speed is, but it's 20% anyways. That is quite a bit.
Still having these spikes, man. I don't know what causes this. It's really annoying. Sorry about that.
So, Demon Hunter coming out, DK here, moving out with 2 ghouls only. I like that. A bit of an adaptation from when we last saw. Oh, for a moment I thought he was going to go into the Merc camp. That would have been pretty suicidal. Yeah, a bit of an adaptation. Last couple of games we saw from him, he was teching pretty damn late, and the tech speed here is very important. Second hero timing matters a lot, especially if we have Nagas on both sides. But once again, Lucifer isn't going for the fastest tech that he could. Oh, there we go. Actually cancels the ghoul. Well done. So he is taking note with his past games. So he is almost at the very same tech speed as LawLiet. And LawLiet has a pretty fast one here with 2 Moonwells only. Slightly greedy, perhaps. But shouldn't get punished for this. Sentry wards found. Sentry wards deployed with nothing nearby from the Undead to give him a reason to go for some D-ward action with a Dust of Appearance. And with the mana burns here, easily taking out the next High Priest as well. And doesn't give you the best items here. Usually replenishment, meh, kind of nice, but it's quite a bit of experience from that level 4 creep. And you take very little damage yourself, with everything being piercing. Lucifer here needs to catch up with his own level 2. Still stuck on level 1 only. And with those sentry wards now, LawLiet always has the perfect information where his opponent is. I'm going to try to harass this. Would love to steal this last hit. Keep this DK on level 1, but that's very, very hard to do.
So Lucifer took his time. Replenishment potion is running, so he doesn't have to use the Moon Juice as it's nighttime. You see the increased mana regen now on them. Looks quite good. Hunter's Hole in the works, but a little late for sure.
Oh, if he follows this archer into the main, this Hunter's Hall is begging to be getting taken out. Yeah. Coil to finish. Oh man, LawLiet is dodging a bullet right now. Yeah. If he marched into the main, ooh, he might still do it. Uh-oh. Does he see the Hunter's Hall? Or does he dive for the wisps immediately?
It's nighttime. He sees it.
He sees it now, certainly. Oh, but he doesn't realize.
Or he prioritizes the Wisp, but there was a big chance for Lucifer here to delay the lures for quite a long time.
Yeah, and he got one Wisp. This was certainly not the better trade. But that's kind of the mental state, right? You go into the main, you are thinking about killing the Wisps. That's what you can rely on. You can't rely on the Hunter's Hall being so exposed and being late. So, a bit of an opportunity missed, but understandably so, I guess.
Graveyard very late for Lucifer. Tier 3 tech started nonetheless. Sees the ward. Gone it is. No surround attempts against this Demon Hunter with boots. Yeah, here's the Naga. No Panda anymore.
We saw LawLiet yesterday, and also today on Netties, playing lots of Panda. But of course, that guy's been nerfed quite a bit here in 1.30. So instead it's the Naga. And, dude, LawLiet, he's playing this so greedy. 2 archers only.
Yeah.
This is pretty risky, but once again, not getting punished.
With the weaker DH, if there would be a big attack, I don't know if he could defend it, but yeah, of course, lots of resources that go to the stuff. Ruined Bracers, what a nice item for him. Slaughterhouse as well as the Lich for Lucifer, now that the Graveyard is finished, and more frequent for the DK, which is level 3 here for him. Good inventory for the Lich, more attack speed, more damage.
And this is where LawLiet would love to have a level 3 Demon right now, and then move across the map, be annoying, and ideally solo level your 3rd hero, but this is a Naga. 3rd hero, second hero. Did I say 3rd hero? I meant 2nd hero, of course. Is that really gonna do too much for you? Maybe it's better to rush to that level 4. I think that might be a better idea. Especially considering that he has to rely on his Ancient of War still to creep, of course. Doesn't have Bears yet, doesn't even have Dryads yet. The first 2 will be coming out right now, though. So I like his movement towards the middle. With that double slow that he's gonna have in a moment, maybe he can look for some pickoffs. And the Sentry Ward still giving him great vision.
He got the last hit with the Naga.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. That
heal.
cold arrow.
Yeah, big heal potion though on the DK. He got that item. Lich under pressure though. Has to go for a coil soon, but there's no mana. He's blocking himself a little. Finds the DH in the surround. Fork Lightning long range. Kills the Lich. And that's the 2nd hero gone. Can't continue to attack the Demon Hunter here as there's way too much damage coming in from LawLiet. Kills the ghoul as well. Wow, what a big attack. Naga paying off
Sentry
hard.
wards win games, guys.
Yeah.
It was all thanks to that Sentry Ward. Lucifer messing up there a little bit, though. He could have tried to block. Maybe he would have lost a ghoul. Maybe even 2. But that would have been well worth it. Or if he doesn't want to do that, he could have given over the healing potion. Didn't do that either.
No experience. Oh boy, this Naga is level 3 after 8 minutes.
This is something we keep on seeing from Lucifer, right? Losing so much stuff to the Dryads and the Naga before he reaches tier 3.
A player's forces are under attack.
I feel like this is a recurring theme with him. Oh man. This 2nd hero level difference is ridiculous.
He has Reju now as well. He can creep as long as he wants with his Demon Hunter. He won't lose any HP. Mana potion means more Fork Lightning or he sells it. But Lucifer is certainly not in a position to force anything. He has to creep. He's so far behind in items, in levels, in army as well.
A player's forces are under
Kind of
attack.
surprising that LawLiet is not going for an expansion at the moment.
Yeah, we're expecting that to come down as well. Maybe he wants to creep the expansion first and then pop down the tree so he doesn't have to walk over. But he's making no move suggesting this. Gets a Wand of the Wind that can also be really nice if well timed, preventing a coil. Because there will only be one destroyer in these battles.
And a Frostworm.
A player's forces
That
are
is
under
coming
attack.
up now. Lucifer still at 41 supply, including the worm that shows you how weak the rest of his army is. He does get some time for this creep spot with the weapon that is the Lich. But LawLiet is coming over. Wolves quite hurt already. He's heard Bone Chimes for the Wolves. It's nice for the rest. Super mad.
this undead army certainly not in fighting shape yet, and he's going for the second worm after the first one. So he's gonna have tons of damage against the bears. But what about the dryads? Relying solely on his heroes and ghouls, I suppose? No, cancel the second worm, maybe thinking about other units instead.
LawLiet is on 4 dryads. He does have some... Oh, the cloak of flames. Also so nice.
Yeah, against the ghouls, that's so good. Like, ghouls, when there's no mana in the game, ghouls can have value throughout the entirety of the game. Now
Lost plus 12 on the Lich. This is the MVP of Lucifer's army. This is the weapon against Dryad.
Yeah, absolutely.
A player's forces are under attack.
This fire is going to be very scary. And Lucifer, despite how tiny his army is, he's getting quite a bit of creeping in.
Yeah.
And when you compare these two hero pairs, I mean, of course, the Demon Hunter scales amazingly, and the Naga not too bad either, but I think Lucifer will be glad here to be trading experience with his opponent.
Level 4 does basically nothing for the Naga. Level 3 Lich is a huge improvement. DK is level 4, which is also nice. He has Unholy Aura too, so no Dark Ritual, no Death Pact. And now he sends the Naga away. I like that. Not the lazy creeping that Lucifer did before. But...
Oh my god, this Lich, dude.
Yeah, the
You
Lich
got
is
another
good.
gloves. It's on the DK right now.
And another glove. This is basically the max attacks that you can get.
The town is under siege.
If he hands the roll, of course. Worm in the base. Remind you, worms have been nerfed hard. Frost duration -7 seconds. From 10 to 3. Bears, not too much damage anymore. It does take them some time. There's no roar though. Lucifer can walk back, not quarterback. The loss of the sacrificial pit is not too big.
TP out. Oh, he doesn't have a staff? Well, that was an expensive slaughter, sacrificial pit kill. Alright. Maybe he forgot that he didn't have a staff.
Forces are
He's
under
going for
attack.
Engines of Wind and queuing a Talent Adept upgrade. That is an interesting idea.
Didn't we see that?
Oh, he has no web. He has
Against
no
PCG?
web. And here, against the worms, Crow Form Talents are sick. Fury Fire, big right clicks with magic damage. There's no web. Like, what can he do? Not a single fiend. Really cool adaptation by LawLiet, with an expansion as well.
A player's forces are under attack.
He's cuddling this Expo right now, but I don't know, Lucifer, couldn't he pounce right here? He's got so much gold. He needs to spend it.
Yeah, 1,200. He is counter-expanding.
Yeah, he is.
And 3 fiends queued as well, plus the A-bomb. He's breaking upkeep and expanding at the same time. Same goes for LawLiet, who spends even more time in no upkeep.
Very passive game here. We haven't really had a real fight just yet. And the
1-0.
entirety of the map is crept.
1-0 upgrade for the Dryads. 2-0 for the Worms and Fiends and Destroyers already. Does LawLiet scout this? He has a Wisp at the rat spot. He has a Wisp here in the trees, but he's not scouting for the Haunted Goldmine. Shade sees this, of course. He knows what's up. No Nature's Blessing. This will take a while. More time for Lucifer to spend his gold. And LawLiet is breaking upkeep now. Mass Dryads plus plus talents. And he sees it now. Positions an Ancient Protector. Nicely done by LawLiet. AP's, of course, a lot more
Player's
damage
forces are under attack.
since this patch. Prefers it over the Engine of War.
A town is
Of
under
course,
siege.
faster build time as well.
Yeah, he's not in really fighting shape just yet, though. He needs to wait for a couple of reinforcement cycles to come in.
Disease Cloud coming. For the
Or it's
A-bomb.
going to have sick value.
First talents are arriving as well. Not going for hippos. Really interesting thing.
I wonder if he really uses the crow form or if the dryad is supposed to be his sole anti-air.
He does have Cyclone as well. I would love to see the crow form, but I don't think he's gonna do it. Lots of, quite a bit of normal damage here as well with the 2 rules. He sees the wins, at least now. Yeah, he's going for Mark of the Talon. Certainly crow form. It's not gonna finish. So you can't use that in form. Tinker's third.
Backing up. And these talents could potentially be pretty good. There's really not the number of destroyers he needs against these talents. Not too many talents though just yet.
The bears are melting so hard. Here's the pro form. We have 4 of them. Look at him go. The damage is good, but they're getting wept. He does have the damage. Oh, now they're suffering hard against these worms. And the dryads can't reach. The dryads are not helping them.
Yeah, I don't know about these talents so much. They're all gone now.
Oh, down to the Nova! Fork Lightning comes in too late, can't get the Tinker. Level 5 on the Death Knight. The bears are falling. GG! LawLiet giving this game out of his hands. I think he was supposed to win this, and Lucifer caught up quite quickly. Had a lot of time. He had way too much time.
Yeah, LawLiet, he took that great creepjack in the mid game. Usually that's a big advantage that is going to lead you into an expansion, but he delayed that expo by so damn long.
Yeah.
Why? And then also the experimentation with the Druids of the Talon.
That worked before.
Didn't look too good there.
That worked before again. But again, I think if he does that before, he didn't need master training, for example. If he goes in without the master training, if he starts production earlier, then there's not 4 fiends, then there's maybe 1. And then he can win this fight.
I don't know. I still haven't seen a game where they're good yet. When I do, maybe I'm gonna change my mind. But
yeah, it was the same for me. And then I saw LawLiet versus TH, if I'm not mistaken, TH going mass Griffins. And then we had a bunch of crow form talents, and they destroyed the Griffins.
Yeah, I guess they can have a good appearance, but Nova is like a sick counter against talents. It's already good, and when they're up in the air, they're all clumping up. They're getting slowed. The Frostworms will fight back. I don't know. Didn't have the best showing there. Let's see. Map number 2 is gonna be Terrana Stand. The good old Night Elf map. Kind of surprised Lucifer didn't veto this one. Perhaps vetoing floodplains instead.
1 veto each, as it is a best of 5. Still plenty of chances for Lucifer, for LawLiet to come back into this game, especially on a map like this. Here we go, map number 2, 1-0 lead for the Undead, who spawns once again in red. LawLiet 1 map down, in yellow, in the upper left.
Thank you very much, Gary Glitterer, with 18-month resub.
Thank you. Yeah, we're getting close to 575 subscribers. Also crushing the 50,000 follower thingy here. Quite nice, lots of support today and yesterday. Much appreciated, of course. The September will be epic. We have a very good bang for your buck if you sub now. We have a race war coming up. We have China versus Korea coming up. We have 2 WGL qualifiers this month. It's just an insane September.
Insane in the membrane. Yeah, it's absolutely right. We have so much Warcraft. So stay tuned to see it all here on our lovely little channel. 6 Acolytes once again by Lucifer. Gonna be going scouting with this.
Warden time.
Oh, Warden.
Yeah. He mixes it up.
Wow.
His former favorite first hero. It's always hard. I mean, on Terranas, you can get level 3 quite fast. Especially if you go for double Engine of War. Which is an investment that delays your attack, but Might be worth it.
Yeah, of course, early level 3 Warden, that's a big problem. She can snipe down the ghouls so easily. She can hunt for acolytes less easily nowadays, I guess, but should still be able to do it. But the issue is, in the late game, when we have around 50 supply, when we have tier 3 unlocked for both, the Warden is such a bad fighter if she's not level 5. She heavily relies on level 5. And even then, she's only good as long as she has mana, which she may not be able to keep for a very long time. So she's very hit or miss. Things have to go right for her, I feel like.
Yeah, that's true. The Acolyte is not allowed to deny anything. 1-2-0 style. Only going for a Wisp here, which is okay. No deny with a Lightning Shield. Warden. Big mana. Uh-oh! That is not good for Lucifer at all.
That's the dream. She relies entirely on mana, of course, to be relevant. And now she's got 300 more points.
Wisp sees this creeping, knows what's up. So for an ability for the DK. Yeah, Warden. More HP as well. Level 2, that should be Blink and and Shadow Strike. I love Shadow Strike against DK. It's so annoying to play against.
Super early expo. Check this out. He's playing a risky hero with a risky strategy, dude. This is
that's
very dangerous.
That's why so many people love LawLiet so much. Not the cookie cutter strategies. Always some white bunny in his head. Some surprise element.
And especially when you have an Acolyte, you have to scout for this.
Forces are under attack.
But he hasn't seen it yet.
He's moving in now.
Yeah, and we'll see it with this.
Siege.
DK in this situation is supposed to buy Boots of Speed. That's going to help you a lot against the slow from the Shadow Strike to at least not take too many right-click hits when you eat the SS. Did the Acolyte see it?
Pretty sure.
He moved back again.
Yeah, but he was very close. He must have seen it. There's no boots though, but there's a staff. No boots on the Warden as she doesn't have the mana for it. Is he staffing onto that Acolyte? There's no corpus nearby, right? No. Double mercs for LawLiet, also another investment.
A player's forces are under attack.
Still sacking though.
Oh, he stabbed onto the Acolyte, but it died to the right clicks of the rest of the army.
Uh-oh.
This opening for Lucifer isn't looking too promising.
Nope, not at all.
Yeah, and you're supposed to kill this Tree of Life when it's coming up. If you lose 2 ghouls to it, that's fine. But now the tree is pretty much finished. I certainly doubt he's going to be able to kill this anymore.
This creep, of course, quite easy to take, especially with a big normal damage dealer like the Engine of War is. Lucifer can't deny this. He creeps himself against the laboratory to open up a possibility for zappers, I guess?
That could be an idea, but it's gonna take quite a while until they become available.
Yeah, he's losing a ghoul. What did the Warden get here? Ring of Regen.
A player's
also
forces
so
are under
sweet.
attack.
Out of giant strength for the DK. Meh.
And LawLiet took a risk here. Going for the Expo early can get punished heavily for this. Pretty easily, honestly. Only has to get scouted once. 5 ghouls coming over. Bam, it's gone. And suddenly you have wasted so many of your resources. But when it comes up so early, without getting cancelled, well, usually it wins the game for you.
Yeah. Lich second. Graveyard finishes now. So Slaughterhouse only now. Is there still a big timing window for Lucifer? I mean, he kept a lot of ghouls alive so far. There is gonna be a big push. And the Warden is... Oh, she is level 3. Okay. Happy hunting!
Gets the 1 ghoul here easily. Is Lucifer maybe thinking about counter-expanding because he's creeping up his gold mine right now?
Not the same.
Sacrificing quite a few ghouls for this. And ghouls are painful losses if you want to go for a timing attack. With 2 already gone, 1 lost earlier to the creeps. Can he even attack this Expo anymore? I don't know.
Question, man. Staff on the Warden to make her more mobile. Engine of War and an Engine Protector. LawLiet is really scared for Lucifer's push. Tele Staff on the ground. Sorry. And he... See, is it? No, it's nighttime, he doesn't see it.
Under attack.
Bless you, Neo. Thank you, Remo.
I was thinking it.
Wow.
So the Lich is out now. He has quite a bit of right-click damage added to him with the claws. But no tier 3, no orb. Wait a minute, is he towering? I saw a 6th Acolyte, right? Yeah, there's a 6th Acolyte for Lucifer. But he doesn't have a skull.
And the skull is easier accessible. Maybe Merc
Players'
support?
forces are under attack.
This is weird. Doesn't have backpack as well. Second AP for LawLiet.
I mean, he scouted that there's no tier 3. He scouted that there's no expansion. So it's pretty much he only has to defend right now. I think that makes sense.
Nature's Blessing, Dryads. Good levels. Still the big mana. Don't forget about that. Nature's Blessing helps so much. Zeppelin now. The late tier 3 tech. 8 minutes.
Lucifer's got some pretty sick items, dude. Claws, mantle, belt, circlet, pendant.
Yeah.
A player's
But no
forces
tier 3.
are under attack.
Or, of course. More creeping for the Warden. She's level 4 already. Blink just got a lot cheaper. Got less cooldown.
So now he is going tier 3. He's got a Zeppelin in the main, by the way, to protect the Acolytes against Warden Harass. Oh, but it's a fake Warden.
Yeah, he doesn't realize.
Ton of experience for the Warden.
And if he goes for bears later, he has good bone chimes, and there's the tier 3 tech, he's going for bears. Oh, is this enough firepower in the undead army, Remo? I doubt it. 2 Engines of War, 2 APs, plus Nature's Blessing.
Yeah, there's no way. There's absolutely no way. He's trying, though.
I can't break the Expo. No way. Warden with a town portal. Doesn't want to lose any of the infrastructure. This is a guaranteed ghoul kill.
Yeah, 2 ghoul kills for level 5, by the way. There's 1.
You can't blink and then Shadow Strike again. Then it gets really annoying.
Alright, finally the counter expo by Lucifer. I feel I should have done that a long time ago. Is this still good enough?
Coil to prevent level 5. No one to the Warden to scare her away. Use more. She has so much mana. She can just Shadow Strike more. And there we go. Level 5! This hurts. But on the other side, level 4 on the Death Knight as well. The lady blinks home. Loses. Oh, almost denies an archer, but Frostmourne hungers. Okay. Zeppelin comes in. But no more chasing from the Warden. LawLiet again, very greedy, going for upgrades early, 1,300 gold, not breaking upkeep.
If that expo comes up though, if Lucifer gets 3 more minutes of peace,
are under attack.
I think this isn't even looking too bad for him. The Warden, even if she gets level 6, she's not the answer to everything, like she is against tier 2 human. She still isn't that great of a fighter, honestly.
Mana Stone for the Lich. Plus 15 without orb. He finally is tier 3. Dark Ranger grabs the orb. Destroyer upgrade coming. And as we said, the Zeppelin is there to rescue the Acolytes if the Warden decides to go for that. Expo,
A player's
scouted.
forces are under attack.
Yeah, decent timing.
And here we go. Warden moving in. It's gonna be easy kills. Acolytes will be saved with the Zeppelin, but what about the ghouls? At least one of them certainly gonna fall.
The town is under
Okay,
siege.
I guess, but nice by LawLiet to split the Dryads. This expansion, will it be unsummoned? He's trying to repair, but okay. Not enough damage. He doesn't feel the need to unsummon this.
A
He
player's
can defend
forces
it
are
with a
under
Lich
attack.
alone. Oh, that's a nice drop and more experience. 5.6. With no mining. 2 gold mines versus 0 at the moment.
Yeah, and about to be 3. Going for his third base here. Top right. Is this a Chimroost time? At the moment we see Ancients of Wind only. LawLiet is getting so much money. He has a Shredder now as well, so he's gonna get so much lumber as well. And he's not producing any army. This tells me he feels that he is in no danger at all to lose this game.
And I think he's right. What is there for Lucifer? 37 supply. And he has... Wait, where are all the Acolytes? Did he move them over? Yes, he did. So he's reproducing them in the main. I like that move. Still hard though. 5 Dryads can slow down a lot. I think if he wanted to go for Chimroost, he would have done it without an Engine of Wind.
Player's forces
the
are
tech
under
tree.
attack.
Yeah.
If
If
it
he
opened
does
up a
know the
little-
patch notes.
If he does know the patch notes.
So when's he gonna go into upkeep? How patient is he? Warden coming in. She's silenced right now. She can't blink away. She can't staff either. But she does have an anti-magic. And her own Zeppelin coming in. Okay, there's blink again. Never mind.
A town is under siege. A player's forces are under attack.
With the Ingo, but he didn't shop anything. A little bit of a game of chicken, but yeah, LawLiet's second expansion is up and running in a bit. He positions more Wisp down south.
And he's in upkeep now. And he's making a lot of army. And he's getting mountain giant upgrades.
Whoa.
Oh, is that overconfidence?
Taunt now. It was kind of reworked. You taunt once, then there's a little cooldown, then taunt gets activated again. So
Yeah.
that's a lot stronger than it was before. So the taunt goes off,
Player's
you have
forces are under
to
attack.
micro against it, then you just did that, and then
Town
boom,
is
taunt
under
again.
siege.
Or it's like 3 to 4 seconds of not attacking what you want. That's big.
Yeah. I mean, you can micro against the taunt, but you have to do that. Can't just rely on A-click. Another ghoul dies inside the Zeppelin. That's more experience for the Warden. She's very close now to level 6. Not gonna get it in this harassment, but probably in the next one.
Once again, great one play by LawLiet. As always.
Yeah, and of course,
Great.
extremely annoying to deal with. Blinking all over the place, harassing the economy. At the moment, Lucifer would still win a straight-up fight, even though he doesn't have a big of an army. But the big army for Lucifer, for LawLiet, excuse me, is coming, and the upgrades are sick. 2-1 already, 3-2 already queued.
Hippos are coming as well as anti-air. He's
Yep.
throwing in bears for Reju as well. And 2 mountain giants.
He's even got backpack upgrade, because why not?
Yeah. Oh, 3 hippos. Gonna be 5, 6, 6 hippos.
A player's forces
I
are
fear
under
for
attack.
Lucifer here. The Zeppelin crashes into the expansion. At least he scouted that. Warden again going in. Ding. One more kill. Yeah, that's level 6. Saves into the Zeppelin. And step out. Promo button. Not strong enough on level 2.
He might go for 100 supply here. He can certainly afford it. Still at 2k gold.
2-2 upgrade done. 3-2 in the works. 2,000 gold at 6. So sick. He can't even go for more items, I guess. Like, what should he ditch? Like the town, the staff, super important. Town pole, also important. Orb, necessary. Scourge bone chimes, amazing. Big mana, great. An anti-magic potion also necessary to stay alive. I mean,
I could go for a second hero now, maybe. He's basically level 6 already. And pretty likely that he's going to kill quite a bit of stuff here. But actually, Lucifer doesn't even have too much. Only 50 supply.
Roar on everything. And I click on that one unit that is not affected by Roar. Plus 16 damage on the Hippo. Lucifer not level 5.
Lucifer's got pretty good heroes. 4-3-2. Can they do it by themselves?
There's 18 supply. Hold on, oh, here we go. Warden wants this one kill for the ult. Should have been denied though. But this fiend gives him level 6. And that's and guess what? Drops with the Zeppelin and the Siege Mountain Giants onto this expansion. That's so good. The Hippos take care of the Zeppelin, so no rescuing this. And the Mountain Giants clobber the expansion into the ground. GG. LawLiet gets his revenge on Terran Stand.
With the Warden. Risky hero followed up by a risky strat, the early Expo. But, dude, just scout Lucifer, please. Especially when you have an Acolyte. That Acolyte's job, only job, is to look for the Expos.
I think he knew it. Just didn't punish it.
Yeah, I guess his opening was a little bit difficult to deal with this one, because you want to get level 2 as quickly as possible against the Warden, or the Coil, and the Aura. But he went towards the middle to go for the items first. And then he was kind of stuck on his side of the map. Maybe he should have gone for boots and then run across. I think that would have been the best play. Get the boots, run across, sacrifice a few ghouls if you have to. But if an Expo comes up so early, it's almost impossible to beat.
True that. Amazonia is next. Third game. I say Mountain Giant less than 3 and LawLiet says for Neo less than 3. Good boy. He is a very good boy. So, Amazonia, way smaller, harder to expand, easier to punish. That was certainly an easy game here, with the second expansion coming up without any damage done to any expansion.
Yeah, and that's the kind of game that LawLiet likes. Get the Warden super high level, annoy the ever-living crap out of him, and get like the GG unbeatable army behind it. But Tia's kind of the only map to do that on, honestly. On AZ, I would be astonished should this work. It most likely will not. This should be a more standard game once again.
Indeed. 2,300 viewers at the moment. Very, very nice to see that. And the game starts. Amazonia, game 3. Remo, I'm kind of proud of you that you didn't go for your catchphrase.
Didn't even do that yesterday.
We did once, I guess. Did we have a
Yeah,
best of
but
five?
not jokingly.
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 So, both players have to win 2 more maps to go into the lower bracket final and claim a top 3 position. And keep their chance alive to win Rust Brain Cup number 7 with the prize pool, the prize pool for the winner. The prize money for the winner is $1,500 now. That's quite a bit. That is more than the prize pool we thought this cup has yesterday, until the GoodGame.ru community stepped up and doubled the prize pool.
And then they doubled it. Yeah, really cool to see this crowdfunding, this community involvement, not only increasing the prize money of this, but as you said earlier already, guaranteeing the 9th edition as well. We're number 7 here. Number 8 had already been announced and confirmed, and now we have the 8th one confirmed as well. Yeah. 9th one confirmed as well. Really cool.
Really important for the European scene. We can't thank Rustbrain enough for doing this. And yeah, hopefully we can bring this Cup series to the 10th episode to celebrate, like, in quotes, a decade of Rustbrain. It's a DK, it's a Demon Hunter. This time no surprises here. But I feel Lucifer, he really has to be more aggressive.
Yeah, if it's a fast expansion play, certainly. But it can be done here. You can go for your level 2 and then put down the Tree of Life right where the little wizards are. But that is fairly rare to see. Foggy would sometimes do this with a lot of archers and a Naga play, going for the talent strategy, fast export talents. But he's kind of the only one who does this. Haven't seen LawLiet do that anyways. With the Demon Hunter here, he's gonna get off to a great start. Level 2 right away. And Claws, Agility Tome, only lacking the slippers here for the maximum lottery win. And, oh, not quite.
Can be nice though, if he finds himself in the surround or something. Shadow Melt, that's it, also pays for DK. He does not deny. Oh, that was close, finding his primary attribute.
Yeah, that really was close. And this is what I keep on mentioning over and over when watching Foggy games. I like this move so much by the demon. If you run across to harass the DK now, what are you gonna do? You're gonna drain his mana, which he doesn't really need anyways. Instead you can go for creeping, can go for some slippers, can go for some more experience. And that is so nice. Even the archer taking out the little apprentice wizards, getting a little bit more experience here and there. Level 3 is such a game changer. Oh, and Lucifer. He tried to go for the trick, luring out the creeps. And, you know, creeping the renegade. Seems like he didn't know that in patch 1.30 your skeletons get purged. So that doesn't work anymore.
Indeed, a little harder for the undead. And anyway, LawLiet was there, scouting for it. He found the slippers, by the way. So he is at plus 10 damage already, calculating in the Tome of Agility.
Demon at the shop. Is he gonna go for the boots or is he actually gonna skip it? No. Really scary to play against these ghouls with aura when you don't have that increased movement speed.
Could start to burn a little more. There's one coil available. Of course, you don't want to get into that encirclement of wolf. 2 archers there. Does he know? Looks like he knows.
He's doing a really good job keeping the DK away from the demon. Hasn't been burned yet, maybe once.
A player's forces are under attack.
Very tentative game here. Hunter's Hall is late again. Oh, that is going to become noticeable.
He's moving a lot of wisps to the south. I don't really know why. Maybe he's expecting a rush or something into the base. Now we finally have the dust, and that means one archer dies. He comes a block with it. Oh, that was intentional. Doesn't end up in a kill anyway, but this one dies.
A player's forces are under
1 for 1 so far. The wisp. Oh, actually makes it to the trees. Wow. That is one stressed out wisp, dude.
Is it double Naga time again? Lucifer usually not the Naga player. Always relying on the Lich, and this time we see the same. LawLiet on tier 2. It ends up nicely with the Hunter's Hall in the end. And here's the Naga, and the DK is slow. This is a lot of hits. Has to reach though.
A player's
Okay,
forces
Naga
are under
retreats and
attack.
starts creeping, while the DK is harassing with the boots.
Once again, Lucifer having a slightly delayed tech. So the Naga battle certainly wouldn't have been in his favor. Is going to tier 3 rush instead, and then following it up with the Lich most likely. Or is he? Oh, he's supply stuck as well. Oh, so he's gonna go for the slaughterhouse first. And then
More
the Lich
little
after.
mistakes that add up in the end. Lightning shield as well. Nice maybe for a bear. For the first bear. Or for the demon hunter if the ghoul attack comes in and he casts lightning shield on the DH, he's just wrecking these ghouls.
Yeah, especially if Lucifer should commit for the DH attack, like go for the Nova or whatever, and then pop down the lightning shield. There'll be so much damage. So what's happening? Do we have an expansion somewhere? Nope, we don't. Just pretty standard. Double lores coming up. Gonna be dryads here in a moment. And losing the first charge of lightning shield to speed up the creeping here. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, I like it. This is level 3 for him, easily. And the illusion too. And the Tension of War is already in a position to creep this. But level 3 was more important. Plus he steals it from Lucifer's side.
Yeah.
Or
LawLiet is doing a really good job utilizing this Naga here. This is her strength. Utilizing her early on tier 2 to steal camps away from your opponent. And that leaves the Lich with very little to go for. What can he really do? He can go for the gold mine, but if you get creepjack there, you're slowed, you're ensnared, that's super dangerous.
And LawLiet is utilizing these items very well. First using the lightning shoot to speed up the creeping at the shop. Then utilizing the Web of Illusion to soak up the damage from this. Double Slaughterhouse for Lucifer. We've seen this yesterday as well for mass A-bombs. But this one will be cancelled.
A player's forces are under attack.
This might be a blessing in disguise. I'm still really not convinced about the double Slaughterhouse. Especially against Dryads. And he's gonna have to cancel this one. The Ghoul's in a bit of trouble, but this is an undead base with a Nerve Tower. Oh my god, it's gonna be Sapper action. It is! How quickly is he gonna see it? How quickly is he gonna react to this? If he kills the 2 Ziggurats, that is deadly. But he sees it early, and this is not gonna work.
A little bit of a waste. Fog Lightning follows this up, killing a few more ghouls. Hides behind all the buildings, but of course in range of the 2 towers, Black Citadel and Nerubian. DK is still quite low though, adds another mana burn. You want to use the Lightning Shield already here in the base, doesn't look like it. Another ghoul kill, Nova onto the DH. And he is forced into a town portal rather soon. Playing with fire! Yeah.
Oh, the archer survived thanks to the new patch.
10
15
HP.
HP.
41 supply left. Bears are coming. And now he can creep his natural. And what can Lucifer really creep?
A player's forces are under attack.
Waiting for the Cool Frenzy. Waiting for the Destroy. Would like to have like a small camp somewhere. But
No TP anymore though, that's something to keep note of. It's very important. There is a staff, but what about the Naga? What if she's out of position once? Always known to be squishy. Needs to be extra careful now.
No TP anymore, no invul anywhere, no heal potion as well. Naga third by Lucifer. And his Lich damage again, +9, +14. Increased attack speed as well.
A player's forces are under attack.
But the first bear is there, Coil Nova. Reach without his spell. The statue comes in for the block. Rare to see that, and a good block it is. Has the staff out.
That one's really good, but there's this item called Staff of Preservation that Night Elves have. It's a pretty good one.
Ah, is it as good as the Nova level 3?
It's close.
Hard to compare, right? I know.
Hero levels are a big issue though for Lucifer. DK is good on level 3, but the other one's 1-1. This is not where you want to have him here, because we are pretty much in the super late game. Again, I'm kind of surprised we don't see an expansion by LawLiet. I feel like he could have popped that down around 45 maybe.
2 more charges of Lightning Shield.
Player's forces are under attack.
Throw the beast here as well for Lucifer. How many Dryads do we have for the spell? 3 with good mana, so that scroll may not actually do anything.
It's more about if you have the wisdom nearby, and it is about Riot. I mean, he can dispel on key units. That's true, but...
Now, if the Dryads have enough mana, they can just dispel everything. That's not the problem. And they have full mana all. That means each has 4 dispels. That means 12 dispels. That's enough.
We have a very tanky DH now, with also good damage. Thanks to the Helm of Valor, 1k HP, plus 18 damage, 8 armor. That dude's a beast as well.
Yeah, man, the inventory is sick. Strength and agility is exactly what you want
Player's forces
against
are under
undead.
attack.
Finally, the first destroyer up in the air. And he's gonna need it as well against LawLiet here. Creepjack and coming in. Lucifer's diving deeper into the ends of the map here. May not want to take a fight, may want to use this TP that he has. Would love to get a Coil Nova kill before he leaves. Certainly won't be able to kill the D8 as he's way too tanky. 1 Dryad he will get. 1 Ghoul has already fallen. Bears are starting to connect with their damage towards the Fiend. They're dropping lower and lower. Invul versus Invul, and this will have to be the TP out now. A Frost Armor coming in. Gets the spell quickly, gets an Archer at least on his way out, but... yeah, kind of even exchange, I guess. Slightly favoring LawLiet, perhaps.
Yeah, and now he goes for the expansion. Still at 50. Still greedy. Not willing to give any gold to the bank of Azeroth. Lucifer adding an abomination. Not adding the second slaughterhouse again. He tried to do that once, but not anymore afterwards. Mana potion on the DK. And I guess an invul for the Naga again. But it's not stock. And that gives LawLiet the time to creep this easily. Big mana potion. More Fork Lightning. With Roar now, the Demon Hunt is plus 30.
That's pretty sick.
He forces the fight. The Destroyer is not with the army. He's scouting. And no TP.
Big vulnerability here for LawLiet is still the Naga. Only 625 HP, that's not too much.
But you know,
he's got the boots. Shouldn't be out of position too much.
Expansion for LawLiet almost done. No signs of a counter expansion by Lucifer. Just getting the second red spot, it's too risky, isn't it? He scouted this the entire time.
Yeah, I hope LawLiet doesn't go in there. LawLiet is with a bit of an advantage here if he gets caught out of position. Especially since he doesn't have a TP that could backfire heavily for him.
I feel this is gonna be an entire best of 5 series with 3-2 at the end. Disease Cloud now for Lucifer as well. Amazing against Night Elf especially. And LawLiet breaking upkeep. Tree of Life is moving over. And he scouts for the counter expansion. He has everything in place. Lucifer's breaking upkeep as well. Waiting for the reinforcements. Though a second A-bomb coming. This is high noon.
Tension is rising. Hero levels certainly in LawLiet's favor.
Yeah, 4 and almost 4. Against 3-2-2. At least against Fork Lightning for the additional nuke. Upgrades 1-0 for the Night Elf, 1-0 for the Undead.
It seems like it's all gonna come down to this one big battle. Lucifer with no intention of counter-expanding, not yet anyways. Morphing Destroyers already, still waiting for reinforcements. Oh, and he morphs all of them. Old school Undead play. The rise of the statues was kind of the Undead's way into relevance on the top level, but now he has none anymore. Demon getting quite a bit of damage onto himself, but there will always be the staff.
On cooldown now. Quite hard to save him next time. And he's diving for the Entangled Gold Mine. No TP still. Raw being used. Is there enough dispel? Doesn't seem like it. First Bear Fault, but also the Abomination in super focus. Coil saves her. Second Bear Fault. Third Bear Fault. Sick focus by Lucifer.
It's dropping lower and lower. We'll have to go for the mana potion to save him with the coil, and we'll be able to Demon Hunter now. Lots of damage towards him, but he's so tanky. Almost 1.1k HP, and the staff should be ready again. I hope it is. Once again, we have the lightning shield coming in. Dispelled quickly though, and has to leave. With that staff, he is safe. But what about the DK? Mass slow coming towards the first hero. Invul transferred, stays alive that way. And now the Naga. She's always been the big, weak underbelly of LawLiet, but she's fast enough to run away. Dead even in terms of supply.
Yeah. See the disease cloud working now. It's gonna be hard to keep the health up with the 2 HP damage. It's nighttime, so they have natural health regen, so it's not that bad. As it usually would be. Oh, Lucifer is overconfident. Starts the red spot. LawLiet right in his back. Doesn't have any bears anymore. Waiting for the Demon Hunter. Staff is on off cooldown. Could go for it. Will he allow him to creep this? No.
No way.
Trying to backstab.
And the next engagement is going to be a lot better for LawLiet. These heroes for the Undead now all low mana. The Destroyers out of mana. Lucifer needs to pack up his things and retreat, I think. Towards his expansion, perhaps. Which is coming up halfway through. But the Wisp did see it. LawLiet may have an opening here to still cancel this. Buying a TP just to be safe and heading up there for the cancel. You think that would have been the best play, but he is gonna let it finish.
He wants level 5 on the demon
town
and
is
the
under
next
siege.
big item. And I guess that's okay. But look at the disease cloud. Everything is turning yellow.
Yep. May need a scroll of healing here before the fight even. Oh, that's a very good item though.
Captain Django.
A player's forces are under attack.
I guess an unholy aura would have been even better for more natural HP regen to counter
True.
the disease cloud a little better.
Yeah, against Disease Cloud is definitely the better item. Yeah. Oh, the demon's so close to level 5.
Yeah.
What experience? Literally. And yeah, there he went. Scroll of Healing against the Disease Cloud. That's 250 gold. It's expensive. Expo starting to mine. But not fully yet for Lucifer. LawLiet has gotten way more out of this
Player's
gold mine so
forces are
far.
under attack.
Supply Demon Hunter gets the level 5 with the Nightcrawler.
1.15 KHP now.
Yeah. Another heal scroll, still holding on to the mana potion. If he ever needs the Fork Lightning, he has it. Must be an invo potion, right? Yes. So many dryads. Only 3-4 bears, they will melt. But Lucifer's Expo is up, but quite unprotected.
If Lucifer can hold one more time here, maybe he can win this, but this is gonna be a hard battle.
Main gold mine 1700. 4 bears up in front, roar being casted again. New destroyers, but all without mana, I guess. Oh, one has.
First bear falls quickly, second one as well, but the demon is diving, he has no fear. And now, the focus fire from the Dryads against the Destroyers is sick damage. Anything they focus really, but what about the Naga? She's always been the weakness of this army, and he didn't bring a TP! Uh-oh, and guess what? Now he can't staff his demon, but maybe he can kill the Death Knight. Invul transferred once again, saving the first hero. Oh my god, this Demon Hunter has the Invul of his own, of course, and he's just wrecking this Lich.
Oh, what a carry.
All solo experience.
What a carry! Diving onto level 6, the Naga. GG. Holy shit. That was... He carried this whole fight with this inventory. Super sick.
Yeah, it was also the Expo having run there. The army was quite a bit bigger. What was it, like 10, maybe 12 supply advantage?
Yeah.
Was pretty significant. He finds that Naga, he finds that one vulnerability, but Knight of Army is pretty strong even without that one.
Yes. And that's the 2-1 for LawLiet. Match points. He is one step away from the top 3. $173. Still with a chance of 1,500. And then he can rest a little, watching Focus and Foggy play.
Echo Isles, upper map. Does that mean Warden again? Wouldn't surprise me, to be honest.
Wouldn't surprise me as well. Keeper would surprise me on Echo.
Oh yeah, Keeper. What about that guy?
Haven't seen him yet. Or, would it surprise me?
I mean, last couple of days we've kind of been seeing Keepers getting trashed once the undead heroes get high level. He does die pretty quick. The goal is to win the game before that happens, I guess.
Oh boy, Lucifer, 4th place in AWL, 4th place in Rust Brain Cup as well. Didn't manage to qualify. Oh, next map is Twisted, not Echo. Didn't manage to qualify for the China versus Korea clan war. I expected him to be there, but once again, not making it to an offline tournament. LawLiet, of course, qualifying. As he always does. At the moment, would you rank him the 3rd best Korean player over Focus?
Who's second?
Moon?
wouldn't even say that that's a certainty. Wouldn't even say that Lin's #1 right now. I think
What?
Korea. No, Lin hasn't been impressive lately. Not Lin level impressive, you know? He's not, in my opinion, the clearly best player in Korea right now.
Who else? LawLiet?
I think at the moment it's a day-by-day thing.
I disagree. I think Lin by far the best player in Korea. It's not even
I've been disappointed with him recently.
disappointed.
Yeah, for the standards, for the expectations he sets, he's been disappointing, yeah.
It's like if you say to a football player, oh come on, why didn't you shoot 4 goals in one game again?
Yeah, the thing is, normally Lin shoots 3 goals in a game, you know? Normally, Lin plays almost perfectly all the time. Not at the moment, though.
I don't know.
Not in my opinion.
Okay. Different then. Match number 4. We are on Twisted Meadows. We are on LawLiet's base in the bottom left, once again wearing the yellow trunks. We have Lucifer in the upper right going back to the signature gray. He needs a win or he's out.
Yeah, needs to win 2 in a row as well. Twisted Meadows. Undead versus Night Elf. Guys, do you remember? Do you remember back in the day, the strats, the Gargs, the Island Expos, the 1-hour games?
Yeah.
Gargs have pretty much been buffed because the Panda's been nerfed. But one big thing here that we haven't seen on stream yet once. In 1.30, there's no dragon over there anymore. It's a granite golem. So that makes the entire idea of at least Garg expansions much harder.
Yeah. Absolutely. Can't creep that easy. The granite golem, we saw it on AC. It's quite hard to do. This is, of course, again, a ghoul build order. What's the hero for LawLiet? Demon Hunter again. No Warden, no Keeper, no other surprise for Lucifer. Try to shooting.
Yeah, I was really expecting him to pull out a couple of keepers, but he's just not doing it. What's going on? Where's the troll?
Maybe more against Orc.
Yeah.
Or
I think-
in the Night of War.
I think Foggy later is going to bust it out at least once. Against Focus.
Yeah, against Focus.
That's going to be happening after this game, of course. In the upper bracket. Pudgy with a 10-month resub. Greets from Stuttgart. Greets to you, man, and thank you.
Good people are coming from
A
Stuttgart.
player's forces are under attack.
Who's coming from Stuttgart?
Marco lives close. Our designer lives close to Stuttgart. The friend who visited me 2 weeks ago is coming from Stuttgart. I know a lot of good people.
Is that the same with Dishbutai?
Yeah, exactly.
Acolyte trying to get the last hit, won't quite be able to, but putting in quite a bit of damage on the archer here. There will be Moonwells, of course, so healing will be acquired. DK not going for the harassment right away, but rather going for creeping himself. That is pretty unusual on Twisted. Normally you always see harassment here first. But with 3 ghouls only, that is doable. With a coil first, by the way. Would love to get this Wisp. That would be the level 2 for him. Once again, delaying his tech quite a bit with this, though. As we can see, LawLiet already starting his. And Lucifer not even having the resources for his one yet.
He has 3 ghouls.
A player's
queued up.
forces are under attack.
And continues to creep here. Demon Hunter this time going for the harass, not for his own levels. But that is level 2, so he can run away. Gets mana burn for a little damage. With only 1 archer. This is not resulting in a kill. But the level 2 from the skeleton, and I guess that's why he went over there. More archers as well.
At the shop now.
A
A
player's
little
forces
early
are
for the
under
boot,
attack.
but seems like that is what he's looking for. Makes everything so much easier for the demon, and there we go. Expensive, yes. But so good, Neo. So good.
Alright. Ghouls come out. the hunt begins. But we have evasion. Not too much damage. He is too fast to be surrounded.
Once again, LawLiet playing this a little greedy. Stopping on 2 archers. That's like... on 3 archers, excuse me. That's like the minimum. You can't go any lower. Normally it's 4. If you want to be really safe, it's 5. But LawLiet here always going for the 3 and trusting that it's going to be enough.
Lucifer is fly stuck and not building another ziggurat.
A player's
I only think he needs it upon reaching tier 2 though. Number of ghouls he has is sufficient, I think he has. 6 over here, right? And 3 in his main. 9 ghouls, that should be good enough.
Huntress Hall coming. Lining up perfectly. Very slow early game with lots of archers here to get vision in the middle. I like that. But I mean, he knows what's up. He knows that nothing can come from the base.
I wonder if we're going to see random dust. He hasn't seen an archer in such a long time. He must know their shadow melted somewhere.
Doesn't think of it yet.
Well, I wanted to move his Ancient of War over. Didn't want to go for the Merc camp here. With the DK expecting that camp, ready to creep Jack. But the Merchant creep is arguably harder, especially since you can't reinforce with mercenaries.
There's a Naga now. And Lucifer goes home.
Kind of surprised me. I thought it was going to be a panda here. Of course, you can super hard level the panda here on this map. But more than that, it's not like you can, like on AZ, be super aggressive with the Naga and kind of steal all of your opponent's creep camps away. There's so many creep camps here, and they're pretty easily creepable with ghouls as well. But as it is, both players here taking their foot off the gas a little. Not looking towards punishing each other, but rather hitting the creeps. And yeah, getting closer to level 3 on the first heroes. And the Naga making a little bit of progress as well.
Could be a big item here. Groups of Kalparas. Oh, good one. And hippos are like the dream item. So I guess he will keep that one. Lucifer going for the consumable. Gets a big mana. Nicely done. And absolutely no progress on the Demon Hunter. That scares me a little.
Yeah, he's prioritizing the Naga's leveling over the demon. That's not something we see very often. Trying to block his ghoul to freedom here is kind of working out. He lost 1 so far. That's okay. Would like to keep the rest alive, and he will be able to do that as well.
A player's forces are under attack.
3 tech, 30% done. More Dryads for slow and more map control. No fiends yet. Sacrificial pit. Or not vision. No expansion, and he's walking over the tree, the Ancient of War. That will take forever. Really passive play right now, of course, especially Lucifer doesn't want to make a big mistake, otherwise he's out.
Yeah, and on this map you will see quite a few fast expansions on the way to tier 3, maybe even before. But that really doesn't seem to be LawLiet's style here anymore. Always going up to 50. Before popping down that expo, wants to get pretty strong, pretty fast, I guess.
Shop coming up now. Statue in the base, and now moving out the ghouls. Is it time already? Tier 3 is finishing.
A player's forces are under attack.
Out, over corruption, of course. Oh, he doesn't have the gold at the moment. Oh, he has it.
Once again, LawLiet using this Naga well, stealing a camp away from his opponent. Lucifer could just head for other camps though, but he actually wants to engage this. He has the orb. He doesn't have Frenzy yet, it's still in the works. Going for the Demon Hunter here, he's kind of squishy. First rule falls, that's the level up for the DH. And that hero's mostly out of mana already. The next Nova could kill another archer here, won't follow up.
Flute and Vamp Aura, by the way, for LawLiet. Pretty great, depending on how many melee units he gets, like bears and hippos, and how much he trusts the Dryads. Seems like he wants to keep both.
A player's forces are under attack.
Frost Room Tech is coming for Lucifer. In the main, the Boneyard is nearing completion. And I think that's pretty good for him. Because he has to wait a long time until he has his late tech units. And oftentimes, then the opponent will try to expand before that is ready. And try to overwhelm with numbers later. But yeah, no expansions are coming up. Level 3 here for the Naga with the help of the Tome of Experience as well. Second Scourge Bone Time is not so great, I guess. But oh, second Greater Mana for the Lucifer is certainly very good. And finally, some levels for the Lich. He needs to catch up.
Yep, that's the red spot. Could be dependent of mana. Likely the best one. Darkness, man. Still no sign of an expansion from LawLiet. Isn't that getting a little late?
Is he really gonna go into upkeep without an expansion? That would be very, very unusual for Night Elves. But there's a Wisp over here. I think that's gonna be the Expo now.
Right. Decent damage and standard of energy for the Naga, which finally gets close to level 3. No third hero. This is set Boneyard far in the back. First worm is out.
A player's forces are under
Unscouted,
attack.
most likely. Still.
Oh, look at the Expo positioning. Top left, where Lucifer just crept. So unlikely that he's gonna scout for this here.
That's
It's a pretty cool move.
again. Go from Magi for the Lich. Turns into a big damage dealer. But now, second big red one for LawLiet. This catch up jump.
Oh, yeah, baby. Really nice for the demon. When I have that guy in the fight for as long as possible.
A player's forces are under attack.
And yeah, the skeletons, they're being sent out to scout, but not where he just was. And yeah, why would you? So unlikely that this happens, so rare. But he's just expanding himself, there we go. Been seeing this more and more with the new patch, it makes a lot of sense.
Past midnight, by the way, in Korea, where these both players are from, so maybe it's about who's getting a little more tired first. They have a long night ahead of them if they win this. Tree of Life coming for LawLiet in the bottom left as well, so Moonstyle getting one expansion most likely everywhere. One of them will come through, and he has that one established. But yeah, maybe the Night Elf players have to adapt a little and scout more, but here's the big fight. Is there enough anti-air against this Lich? Worm.
Doesn't have too much, right? 2 archers, 3 dryads. Oh, the Lich in trouble though! Holy crap, that focused fire! Almost kills him off. But will save him. Greater mana use on the DK. Save the worm with this. Oh, the Death Knight in trouble now. Maybe forced into this TP. Nice blocks and surrounds there by LawLiet. Well done.
Indeed. Did you see how the two bears closed the door for the DK? Once that... Oh my god. Oh my god! Boots of Kurthalas and Tome of Experience, level 4 for both heroes. And look at that damage once again. 23. And he's a tank as well with 1.1k. Thank you, Dark Terror.
If he kills off the Dryads here quickly, though, there's not going to be too much anti-air. Yes, there's the Demon and the Naga, but that's it.
Shade sees the Expo here. His own Expo is done. No TP on his side. Breaking upkeep, 61. With Fiend and another Worm. Surprised that the bears survived for so long. Usually not the case.
A player's forces are under attack.
LawLiet's getting so many quick camps, dude.
Another Tome of Agility.
Now he doesn't have slots anymore. Oh, nice! He used the backpack, staffs her home, sells the item. That's pretty cool.
Nice indeed. But if Lucifer doesn't push anything soon, then there's gonna be 2 Trees of Life against him. Here's the TP. Looks like despite the shades, he has no idea about this upper left expo.
It's just such a weird position.
Zapper?
He just doesn't think it's a possibility. Zapper, excuse me, has just been purchased. He's trying to distract. How quick is old man Lucifer with the reaction? Pretty quick. Has to send an acolyte into the little nook. Oh, actually, mass repair. That's the new patch. The ziggurats survive. Is there no TP here for Lucifer? He does have a TP. Want to kill the tree off first, though. He will be able to do this, but it's expensive. Oh, will he? He will.
Last second. And now TP out. He keeps almost everything alive. Archer scouts the expo here. And this expo's up. So yeah, he lost one, but it's still alright.
So it's 1 base versus 1 base now.
A player's forces
Lucifer
are
with
under attack.
quite a bit more supply.
2 base versus 2 base, you mean?
Oh yeah, 2 base versus 2 base, exactly.
There's not too many acolytes remaining here in that second base, in that main base for Lucifer. He lost a lot of them.
True. But he's gonna replenish the gold mine here in just a moment. More creeping for LawLiet. Getting closer to level 5 demon. And a level 5 Naga, actually. Another pendant.
He is getting so much value from this attack thanks to the Scourge Bone Chimes. It's like 12 to 15 HP per hit that he gets back.
A player's forces are under attack.
15%.
Well, the Shade sees the expo now. He could go for the Sapper play. Buy the Sapper down south, run it north, and then go for a very expensive kill. But I like how the Wisps are spread, looking out for this. It's of course a very old tactic.
A town is under siege.
Night Elves should be aware of this possibility.
Okay, with the Pocket Factory and the Worms, can he kill this one as well? There's no Nature's Blessing, only 2 armor. He saved in the wrong spot, I guess. Lots of Nova. There's not much repair here anymore, but the Town Portal. Once can he kill? Aggressive, going for the Tinker. Pocket Factory first, Demon Hunter being attacked, but he is so tanky. This one Hippo doesn't do too much. Little 5 on the Naga, Fork Lightning hitting strong.
It's dropping lower and lower, no invul for him anymore. Lucifer needs to be careful. Has to transfer the TP here, I think, to save his Lich. Has to be quick. There's one more coil. Going for the demon next. Has to be staffed here and will. Tinker, however, will fall. And now, yeah, that has to be the TP from the Death Knight. Staying in here. Surprise Fog Lightning could kill him.
Not coming though. 2 Worms
What
still
about
up.
now?
Here we go! Double kill with the Fog Lightning. Good prediction, Remo. Pretty good prediction. That is the life end of Lucifer. The end of the tournament life for Lucifer, who ends up 4th in Rust Brain Cup. And our top 3 in this tournament are LawLiet, Foggy, and Focus.
And Undead with an expansion. Normally that bodes very well for the late game, but I guess he wasn't fight ready there.
I don't know, he had quite a big success with that Expo kill in the north. I don't know if he has to be that aggressive, and he could have town portaled out.
Yeah, he could have TP'd out like very early on there. I feel like this wasn't Lucifer's day. He has looked stronger in the last couple of weeks. Yeah. This was not his best.
I agree. Whew, break time! We have 3 more series for you. Here's the bracket. The next one is Focus versus Foggy. The winner bracket final, another best of 5. The loser will play against LawLiet. And of course the winner advances to the grand final, which will be a best of 7. We are online for 6 hours and 20 minutes. And 2 best of 5s, 1 best of 7 in front of us. It's gonna be a long and awesome day. Stay tuned to Back to Warcraft. We'll be right back. Winner bracket final, Foggy versus Focus.